Kev, brilliant to get the year off to a good start last weekend at home to Halifax. This weekend we travel to Eastleigh, aiming to build on those three points.
Yeah, I think so. As you say, I think the performance was very good. Halifax, it was a tight first half, but second half, felt we deserved the win in the end. Against a real good team and one that's really organised. So, yeah, we want to build on that as much as we can. Knowing our opponents are going to cause us problems as well, and how tough it is to go get a result.
Yeah, Eastleigh of course this weekend, and like I said, and it's a bit of an opportunity. We're the only game in the league to be taking place this weekend, so do you see that as a bit of an opportunity there?
So I don't think it matters whether everyone's playing or not. I think they'll think the same as well, and because they're at home, so I'm sure they'll be determined to win it. But if we can keep the level of performance that I think we've had, even the ones that we've lost, and let's see where that takes us. We want to go and try and win the game, obviously.
You've been able to add to the squad this week, and you brought in Adam Crowther from Kingsley in Town. What have you seen in him over the time looking at him and the scouts looking at him that you feel like he can bring to the squad? Yeah,
listen, I think we're first of all we're delighted to have him on board. It's someone that I think going back to his Cheshunt days that we kept an eye on, and he done ever so well when he first went to Kingsley last season, and they were unlucky not to go up. And I spoke to one or two people that I know who were close to him, so character-wise, we got good references on that, and I think it's a good opportunity for him as well. He's just look what we've done recruitment-wise, the right age, the right type. He'll attack things in both boxes, and set piece-wise, he's a threat. So it's an opportunity for him to come in and see how we work, and get him up to speed in what we do, and he's got to come in and earn the right to try and get a shirt.
Yeah, and it's good as well that the squad building's coming together now with two in the door, and you might even be able to fill out a bench for the first time this season. It must be quite nice to sort of potentially have those headaches to make now.
Yeah, I don't want to fill a bench. I'd rather go for things. So, it's going to be something. It's probably even, I think most managers will tell you, it's the hardest thing is leaving people out with only 5 on the bench, and obviously haven't had that luxury, and we'll see how we go come the weekend and who's available. But listen, we're coming into a period with a lot of games, and so important between now and the end of the season that we pick up as many points as we can, and we're going to need a squad to cope with that. Off the back of the players we've got in the building have done unbelievably well, and those that come in have got to earn the right now to be a part of that going forward.
Eastleigh is always a tough place to go. They've got a striker up front who catches the eye with the number of goals that he's brought and he's returned. So what sort of game do you expect? Having played them early on in the season at Rootsall and a different manager now, what sort of game do you feel like you can expect this weekend?
Yeah, listen, I think it'll be different obviously to the game we had, and you touched on McCallum and the goals he's got, which listen, that's no coincidence because he's done that for years, and along with him, Quigley and Maguire, they've got some really good players and good experience and real quality as well. And if you give them players time and space in the right areas, they're going to hurt you. So, real tough one. It's a tough place to go because they're good there as well, and and Richard Hill knows the level ever so well, and so there'll be no secrets for them against us, and likewise, I would say.
Yeah, just finally from me, it was Ollie Coker that had to unfortunately miss out last weekend, but you did welcome back Cav Miley. Just firstly on Cokes though, is he somebody that potentially might have to miss out, and with Cav coming back, is that great news as well to welcome him back?
I think it's important that we've got competition. I think obviously disappointing for Cokes to not be available last week because he's been brilliant for us and really stepped up when needed. But as I said, having the luxury of being able to change one or two, it can do us no harm. Rather than having 2 subs, etc., and 1 or 2 playing with niggles that we've had to do all season. So we can maybe get them right. But we want to put out our strongest 11 every time we go out on the pitch, and if you're in the team and going to stay in the team, you've got to perform. And with a stronger squad, that'll allow us to do that, I think.
Cheers, thank you.
Having been able to bring in Adam Crowther this week, and obviously you added James Morton the previous week, how conscious are you sort of that players here have run through brick walls at times for you. Look, striking the balance. Look, these guys have done so much for you. I don't just toss them aside, as it were.
No,
you're ever going to do that.
No, and that's not part of the plan at all. And I think you've seen things ongoing with players signing contracts, etc. We're working behind the scenes on them things. And as I say, the ones that come in have got to, first of all, earn the respect of the players that are already here. And they've got to get up to speed with how we play. I think you see James Morton come in and I think you learn the players' respect straight away for being a good player. And hopefully Adam will do the same. But you've got to earn the right to play in the team, and that's just the standards throughout the club have got to get higher than if you're going to play. And we will hopefully do see that every day in training, and when they get the opportunity, you've got to take it, because now there's competition and you've got to perform.
Because you've spoken before, without the 10-point deduction, we know where you'd be. The core here is very, very good. So it is about building the squad and having those options so that you can maintain those sets of results.
Absolutely, and as I say, we go Saturday, Tuesday now for a few weeks. So that's my job to try and preempt, and if there's going to be a drop off, I think, or what I might see around the building, we might allow us now the freshness to maybe change one or two at the right time. So that's important, and as I say, it's going to take sometimes joining a new club for players it takes a while for them to settle. But what we know, we've got a core group that know how we work, know what's expected of them, and it's their job as well to make sure the new players know that.
And on Adam Crowther, the sort of trajectory of his career is up, so you hope you're sort of getting him on the way up and he can push on to even better and bigger things with yourselves. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. First of all, he's got to get himself in the team before he starts thinking of anything going higher or anything like that. You've got to step up another level. You've got to play at a tempo that we play at and expected of. And I think you see what he's produced. He's someone we've watched for a while, so we know what his strengths are and what we feel we can improve as well. And I think with a number of players that once we work with them, they can start to step up.
Clearly it's getting busier in terms of you're able to properly talk to recruitment teams and talk about bringing players in, but from your perspective, has it got less hectic in terms of the fact that you're doing football now and mainly football?
Yeah, I think the manager's life has always been other stuff, because all stuff falls at your door. But it's nice to be able to talk football and what's going on and who's coming in, etc. So yeah, in a way, in behind the scenes a lot of work's going on, and good work from the people obviously coming in who want to push the club on, and I think that gives a sense of excitement all around the place, and that's a real positive to see.
And just finally from me, obviously you've got 2 in, so the inevitable question is how many more, when, what if, how?
Listen, we'd like to add as well. I think it's pretty obvious the area we've been looking, and I always said I didn't need loads. So listen, it depends, because it's a difficult market, January, and no one wants to lose players. And do you get true value? Maybe, I don't know. But if the right one at the right time and the right price presents itself, I'm sure we'll look at it, because the people at the club and above us, will back us when needed, and we're grateful for that. So at the right time, I'm sure we'll look to add.
Yeah, so given what you've just said there, it's a game of patience, and actually the fact is, because other clubs are looking and thinking, well, can I afford to lose players? Yeah. It might be the end of the month.
Yeah, whenever, I don't know. It's it's never as easy as people think. Yeah. And we've been active. We've looked at people. We've tried to do 1 or 2 that we haven't been able to get over the line yet. But hopefully going forward that'll happen.